Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Two quarterbacks of the defense will be counted on to lead their teams here today. It's the Chiefs going up against the Broncos. With that, let's welcome in our fine broadcast team. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, we are at the foot of the Rockies as EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the picturesque city of Denver, Colorado. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. And hi again, everybody, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and you know, Charles, as we count down a kickoff here, normally we look at quarterbacks or running backs in the open. We had a look a second ago at the linebacker comparison, and you think it's well justified.
I love it because they're the guys who control the game from the middle on defense. They're the signal callers. They're also the guys that you count on stuffing the run game with great tackling, but they have to be agile in today's football, being able to drop into coverage or even cover running backs in man-to-man.
The Broncos will kick. Here's Brandon McManus to start us, and we are off from Denver. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Fresh off his second Pro Bowl, Alex Smith bringing out the Kansas City Chiefs, and with that Pro Bowl last year, had a great season. A lot of high hopes in Kansas City this year.
Plenty of high hopes, and Alex Smith hopes to be that guy still leading this team, but he's getting some pressure because they moved up in the draft to pick Pat Mahomes out of Texas Tech, and he appears to be the quarterback of the future. But can Alex Smith stay the quarterback of now?
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And they didn't wait long to take a shot there, that's for sure. But it falls incomplete, and it's second down. The starting 11 offensively for the KC Chiefs. And at running back, Spencer Ware, the go-to guy. But they've got some other good options there, don't they?
They certainly do. They've got a rookie by the name of Kareem Hunt, who seems to have locked down the number 2 spot. But how about the competition for number 3? C.J. Spiller, formerly a number 1 running back in the NFL. He's battling out the incumbent guy there, Charkandrick West.
Back to the air, Smith on second down. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down for the Chiefs, solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
So it's the Princeton man. This is Spencer Ware. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And here's a look at the defense for Denver.
And they've kept the core intact from the unit that won Super Bowl 50. Secondary, still a strong suit. Number 1 against the pass in 2016. They ranked 4th overall in total defense, so they haven't dropped off at all. They're hoping to get some more consistent play from their offense to get them back to the Super Bowl.
Clock running, under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter. To throw on second down is Smith. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
That's a sight the Denver fans are used to seeing. Passes falling incomplete against their defense. Number 1 in pass defense in 2016, but they give up less than 200 yards per game.
Yeah, 186. Only team in the league to allow less than 200 per contest.
Elite cover guys and big-time pass rushers.
Throwing on third down, Smith. Looking downfield for Kelsey. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
On fourth down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Quarterback Trevor Siemian taking the field for the Broncos, and his head coach, Vance Joseph, recently on August 21st said he's going to be the guy in Week 1 when they face the Chargers.
He won a terrific competition that was started in the offseason. OTAs, mini camps with Paxton Lynch, their #1 draft pick in 2016. I remember Vance Joseph saying, practice is important, but when you play in the game, that's when I'm really judging you. And Trevor Siemian has had the better game so far in the preseason.
Here we go. Green, 39.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And no, incomplete. Boy, they took a shot there on the first play, tried to start it out with a bang, but it's second down.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store.
Let's go. 3-19.
A shotgun snap for Siemian. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. From the gun, here's Siemian. And now another one thrown incomplete. I don't know, he had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. Now the second-year man from Syracuse, Riley Dixon, on to punt. Back deep for Kansas City, DeAnthony Thomas. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. They'll come up now with a clock showing 3 seconds to go here in the first. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. So not much to speak of scoring-wise in this first quarter of play. 0-0 our score. Charles and I back to Denver after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out. They run again with Ware. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. And they'll be in search of 11 yards here on 3rd down. And the first carry for the former Clemson Tiger, C.J. Spiller. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Here's Dustin Colquitt now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at about the 14. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you got called and you want to see how the defense.
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Tom Brady in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
On 2nd down, Anderson. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Tough for Chiefs fans to watch this. Here's Jamal Charles on the carry. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down. On 1st down, Simeon. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. He's got it at the 15. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Emmanuel Sanders, 59 yards. And the Broncos are in for 6.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. So that drive, 4 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. Now McManus on to kick this one off. To return, here's Chris Conley. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. We focus our attention now on the Broncos defense. They were able to force the 3-and-out last time, led to the punt, and then led to a touchdown for their crew. So they'll be looking for a little bit more of that, Charles.
Well, I think that they created the spark with the 3-and-out. Gave a little momentum to their offense. They said, all right, appreciate it, guys. And they took the ball downfield and stuck it in the end zone.
And that defense wasn't out there long. They'll be trying to keep it short here. On the run, it's Ware. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Now before the second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. From the gun, here's Smith. And that's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And it's third down.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. From the gun on third down, Smith. He is going to find Hill here. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. First down, it's Smith. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take it down to the 40. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
First and 10, Simeon. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Second down following the incompletion. Final shot before break. Simeon looking long for Thomas. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As we send you on to Orlando, we hook back up with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. Both the Broncos and the Chiefs are not doing much on the ground, and it's easy to see why that would play into this low-scoring game. We'll have to see if either team gets it going on the ground in the second half. So let's take a look at the highlights from the first half. First and 10, Ali showing skill here to get to the QB. This will go as a loss of 10. Later on the drive, the long ball will find its mark here, and it ends up working for a touchdown. Now first and 10 as they get out to a 7-0 lead. Smith's going to complete the pass, and he'll end up at the 40-yard line before being tackled. However, later on the drive, they would attempt and miss the field goal try. That'll do it from our EA Sports Studios. Let's get back to Denver with Brandon and Charles.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Simeon. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. Some pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Anderson. Oh, what a move. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down.
Let's go. 3-19.
They'll run it. Here's Anderson. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard. They trail as we start quarter number 4. And ready now for 2nd and 9. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. He got 29 yards that time. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another 1st down. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Back to throw. It's Kelsey on the ground. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. He's back to throw. And This is caught at the 8. And eventually brought down, but it's near the 5 at the 6. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Derek Wolfe in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. He'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there. And it's 3rd down. Back-to-back great plays defensively. You get the sack on 1st and goal. A great job in coverage there. All of a sudden, they're looking at 3rd and goal from further back than when they started. And the really good play callers look ahead and down and distance sequence. Now he's got to backtrack a little bit and go maybe off his play sheet to try and dial something up here. Now it's Smith. And that is incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football. And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown? Yeah, maybe a final chance to get on the scoreboard here. This is 4th and goal. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Domata able to swap him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing. And that's what I'm going to focus on with you because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we're going to get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit. Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. Here's Anderson as they begin this series on the ground. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. The win for the Broncos, seemingly assured. They go down to a knee. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. The Broncos on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. The win for the Broncos seemingly assured. They go down to a knee. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for Denver. The storyline of this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column too.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.